All right. So I'm doing a video update here because the phase one of the car is done. What does that mean exactly? So I'm gonna squat down here for a second and chat with you. Basically, new car to me, and I wanted to make sure that it was fully good to go from a appearance, mechanical reliability perspective, but we've achieved that now. What I mean by that is, there we go. That's better, now we're straight. Got this car for 14.6, 14.7, something like that, 14.6, 32,000 miles on the odometer from a man in Indianapolis. It's spent his entire life in Indianapolis. I'm the third, officially fourth owner, but I'm the third owner for real. The first owner was an 8-month lease, and then turned in and then made CPO by the same dealer that leased the car to the first purchaser. But I'm the fourth owner on the Carfax or title information. So what have I done to it so far? It's sure is beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful car. So let's talk what I haven't done. What's phase two going to be? Phase two is going to include cooling system. It's going to include OptiCoat, 10-year OptiCoat Pro Plus, with a full paint correction, including some paint of some of the parts that are coming loose. Not loose, there's some dings in here. I'll show them to you real quick. We got this right there. Oops, there we go. Got this right here. On the back side, there is this here, needs to get touched up. There's a couple other spots that just need some love. I think it's this, yeah, here on the side mirror. So there's some paint work to do. There's also some body work to do, not body work, trim work to do. So as you can see in here, I need to, man, this gimbal's kind of annoying sometimes. I'm gonna replace this entire dash area. So all the way front to back is gonna get replaced. You see how the rubber is coming loose on those plastic trim pieces. All of it's that bad. You can see when I move how bad it is when I remove the seat belt there. So that's gonna get replaced. That's gonna be like 200 bucks. I'm also gonna replace a lot of the plastic trim down here, the ashtray holder, as well as the storage thing there will get replaced as well. So that'll get done. Also, phase two is going to include speakers. So nothing too expensive, but spend $1,000 on parts, probably $400 or $500 on labor. Because what I want to do is I can do it myself. I can install speakers myself. Plenty of DIYs on it. The problem is I want a professional to do it because they're going to do sound deadening. I want them to put sound deadening through all the rear panels and the front panels, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 speakers up front, and they're all very close together. And then I'm not going to touch the subwoofer though. I'll do 8 speakers. No, wait, I think it's 10. There's 8 or 10 speakers up front, and so they all need to get touched. So that'll be also a part of phase two. And finally, phase two is probably going to include coilovers, not to lower it. I might even lift it. I'm not going to lower it, but I'm going to do probably Bilstein B8s or B12s. I had Bilstein B16s on my Golf R. B16s are overkill for this build. I want them to be comfortable on the road. I don't need performance. This thing's too slow to be a performance car. So I just want comfort, and I think the Bilstein B8s or B12, whatever the middle of the road stuff is, I don't need B16s. Those are fully adjustable, and I'll never adjust them. So let's just set it once and forget about it. I also could do KWs, but KWs are a little bit harder. I want this to be a comfortable car. I want the next owner to get it and be like, oh, this is nice. Also, for $800, I'm going to go through and do all the bushings in this car too. So do bushings and coilovers next year. I want to keep it OEM, but it's getting kind of tired. Just age-wise, it's getting kind of tired. And it also doesn't really held up well from not performance, like comfort, like a modern Kia rides better from a suspension perspective than this does. I mean, obviously when you're on the throttle and you're really pushing it, that changes, but that'll be phase 2. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So suspension, interior trim, cooling system, and then the paint correction and OptiCoat Pro Plus will be what this gets next year. Frankly, I ran out of money. I bought the Beta, I bought a dirt bike, and no such thing as a cheap dirt bike. I bought a very expensive version of a 330 Ci, and it has needed very little. Oh, so phase 1, what did we do? Phase 1 was custom plate, Blue Pearl. I started to think that maybe it looks like Blue Pill. It doesn't matter either way. But yeah, so Blue Pearl, and it's the Moose too, which is expensive, by the way. This is expensive combo here. So we have, and Randy's probably freaking out. Yeah, Randy, sorry, I added the BMW CCA here. I think it actually matches the car perfectly for its, you know, the vintage-ness of it. But yeah, but added the Moose, which costs like 30 bucks a year, and then Blue Pearl, which is $75 a year. So that, I consider that part of phase 1. And then this OEM BMW plate and chrome, which I think is really, really nice. It just matches the trim there of the 330 Ci trim. Also a part of phase 1 was I had it washed and waxed and detailed. Phase 1 also included Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. We got 255 35/18s on the rear. And on the front, we have 255 40/18. No, 225 40/18. Also, you'll notice how nice these wheels look. These wheels are old. They look great. Why is that? Well, I had them refinished, resurfaced, remanufactured. Let me go into the lights so you can see them a little better. I took this to Midas in West Lebanon, New Hampshire, and they deeply scratched up the wheels, like badly. Like there was a whole, these are the ZHP 18-inch style 135 wheels that you only get. This is an 02. 03 to 06 model year. If you order it with a ZHP package, you get these wheels included. The previous owner bought these. So I have 2 sets of wheels. I have the OEMs that came on this 02. They're 17 inches, and then I have these 18-inch ZHPs, which I prefer. So anyway, Midas installed these Michelin P4Ss and did a whole scratch all the way around with the machine. Terrible. And so they said they would pay for the 2 wheels that they damaged. Well, I did all 4 because all 4 needed to be done anyway. So I paid $275 per wheel to have a shop down in southern New Hampshire, the closest one I could find to me, remanufacture all 4 wheels. So they took them off, they looked for any cracks, they straightened them, they took the tires off. Walnut blasted or bead blasted, painted and then powder coated, and then remounted and balanced the tires back on for me. So the $275 per, and then 500 of that, or whatever, 600 of that was covered by Midas. They paid for 2 of the 4. I also got the BMW M logo valve stems, of course. For interior, what I've done for phase 1, I've added some fuzzy dice, of course. I added a Bluetooth auxiliary audio thing for playing MP3s and stuff over my car stereo. I have on order, I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's a dongle that goes behind the head unit that adds Bluetooth natively to the speaker. It's like $200. That's on its way. It'll be here in 2 to 3 weeks. And then I also, as you can see here, I added a, oh, come on. There we go. A Peak Design Qi 2 charger there with the USB cable kind of hidden and going down into the Peak Design 36-watt charger down there. I did not add that steering knob. I actually have the wooden steering knob in the glove box, but people have asked if it's, a guy online asked me if it was worth $100 that steering knob. I said, I don't know, I didn't pay for it, but the wooden one it's like this texture over here. The wooden one is this very soft wood grain that's slick. And so if you have sweaty palms, I guess it's nice to have a leather shifter, but I didn't pay for it. Also added the WeatherTech guard for back here because Matilda wears shoes in the car and I don't want her kicking the leather. And so I added that goes all the way down. And she has spilled drinks, and this is Calt Drinks. So I'm very happy to have it. And then, of course, I added a car seat. You have to, right? That's it for interior stuff. That's all I did. And then finally, we added the OEM BMW front plate. So what I could do is for like 75 bucks, I could have ordered the front license plate mount. And what it does is you basically you remove the front fender and you remove a piece there in the middle, and then you can put the front license plate mount on it. I figured, or my opinion is that would actually ruin the look of it, and it makes it less marketable when if I were to sell this to someone that's in a state that does not require front plates. There are states that don't require front plates, so this setup I can just unscrew this one whenever I want to and sell it without the front plate mount on there. And so I'm happy with that. I don't like the side mounted plates. I only did it because I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of it having that empty front hood and having never had a front mounted plate in there. And finally, phase one also included a whole bunch of engine work. Not engine work, but like maintenance. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. So I did, that's a very heavy hood. So I did, the previous owner had done the rear struts for the trunk. I did the front struts, the air struts to air shocks to make this hood go up easier. Maintenance, we did washer fluid, coolant, air filter, oil filter, cabin air filter, fuel filter, engine oil, I said coolant already, brake fluid, brake lines to each of the 4 tires, rear diff fluid, and transmission fluid. That's it. And as you can see, I mean, this thing is in immaculate shape. I didn't have it washed today. This is just how it came. It's been as clean since I bought it. And my mechanic looked for, you know, he checked all the hoses. They're all pretty supple. So he's been saying to me, don't do the cooling system, but I kind of want to do it for peace of mind. But maybe next summer I'll do the cooling system. But he looked around the whole valve cover. There's no oil, there's no leaks. I had to replace this piece here because it was broken. So I ordered that and replaced that in a previous video. And yeah, but new brake fluid, new power steering fluid as well, new filters all around. So it's in great shape. The final thing we've done is we did the front lower control arm bushings and the rear upper strut mount suspension bushings, I think. Those were both done. And he did that because, well, he inspected it and said they were pretty sad and cracked. But we did that because when I was pushing the car coming out of corners, it was, I got a lot of front steering wheel feedback from that. And so I told him, he's like, it's probably bushings, but I'll check them out. And sure enough, 4 of them were cracked and degraded. So we replaced those. That was the most expensive part. So all in, right now, I'm in $1,200 for the tires. I'm out $1,200 for the 4 wheels being remanufactured. Of course, $600 of that was reimbursed from Midas. $1,400 in mechanic work, going through the whole car, fluids and the bushings as well. $150 for the full detailing, and like an extra $150, $200 for like the Peak Design charger, the aux cables, the USB charger, the auxiliary sound thing, the WeatherTech thing, the floor mats, the oil that I replaced myself, and those gas pistons. So I'm out about $4,000 total, and of course the Moose, which was $300 for the first year. But yeah, I'm out $4,000 total. Oh, I also had to do this, which I think I covered in a previous video, which is these. I replaced these inner wheel wells that I broke on the towing. While I was towing it to New Hampshire from Indianapolis. Those were cracked from the U-Haul trailer, and I had to get it done. So yeah, that's all I've done so far. But $4,000 in to basically get it what I think is roadworthy. I'll put another 3 or 4, no, probably 5. I'll put another 5 into it with suspension, all the bushings that aren't done yet, the interior trim pieces, and the Opti coat. And then I'll be done with it. So that'd be another $5,000 total. at most. And the cooling system, cooling system, and also at some point phase 3, I guess. If I keep it long enough, I'll end up doing the welding for the rear subframe reinforcement. That's gonna be $2 or $3 grand. So then I'll be, you know, into this car at $23,000. That's money I won't recoup. But if I keep it long enough, I'll be able to sell it for at least what I paid for it, and just keep the miles low and enjoy it. But I think infinite timeline, this thing's gonna keep going up in value, but I wanna keep it, I wanna enjoy it, obviously, first of all, but I also wanna keep it in good shape where the next buyer gets a car that's very well taken care of and is taken care of to the level that the guy who sold it to me took care of it. All right, that is the BMW update, probably the last one of the year. Focus on the BMW because it's done. Frankly, I just ran out of money for this project. If I had another $5 grand sitting around, I would be, look at that beautiful paint job though. I would be delaying this video and doing all the suspension and the OptiCoat work and the trim stuff inside, but because I'm out of money, it's now August 1st, so I am just gonna enjoy the car for the next month or two and then put it in storage. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful freaking car. All right guys, thanks for watching. BMW update, love it, it's great. It's slow as shit, but it's been good. Matilda loves it, Heather loves it. It's our weekend car, and I'm happy to have it.